You remember these? And Justice for All. I can even tell you I sat and watched that film. Many, many times, there and there and there and there. The Sound of Music, I can show you 30 seats where I watched The Sound of Music. 30 different seats in different parts of this theater. I'm actually getting emotional. I feel that part of my life is over. Or is it? That's the point I'm trying to make. And of 1,000 Days. Has anyone seen that beautiful movie? Richard Burton and Jhanjar saw it in this theater. Oh God, saw it in this theater. Around the corner, the Eros, we saw some great films. My Fair Lady, Fanny. Where Eagles There at the Metro, the Dirty Dozen of the Strand, which is not in operation anymore. But the point I'm making is, that part of my life and our life is almost over. But today I feel like a little kid again. I used to literally run into the theater with the softy cone, sitting in corners with my popcorn, watching these great movies. And these are, of course, American films. I feel young again. I feel like a kid again. And I dare say that I suddenly feel that I can live for another 70 years of my life very happily if it was given back to me. And in many ways, that's exactly what Shri Singh wants to do. Give back to us what we had. Treasure what we had. Because we can't let it go, Shri. We can't let it go. And I'm talking about our films, the great films. I was living opposite the cinema hall. It was my cinema paradiso. It was called the Alexander Cinema. It was at Nagpara. It was an old theater. And it showed all the films that came here, to the Strand, to the Eros, to Sterling, to Liberty, and there would be the reruns at the Alexander Cinema. And every single day I would come home from school, go into the Alexander Cinema, and walk into my home, which was exactly opposite the cinema. My mother knew, and it was another secret, that I'm not going to get good marks ever in my class in school. So what she did was she gave me an education in cinema. I got my first passport at the age of 35. At the age of 35. Because I was a shopkeeper. But I had seen the world. I understood the world and how it turns through movies. Now, she wants to give it back to us. Because those movies cannot be forgotten. I used to watch a movie every day. She would say, what movie did you watch tonight? So I would say, Pyasa. Saying, go again. I'm sorry, yesterday. Go again. I said, I saw it yesterday. Saying, no, go again. Look at it from a different perspective. Look at it from, watch it from the perspective of the lyrics that you hear. We didn't have YouTube then, right? The cinematography, the acting, everything. Every day she would send me to the same movie over and over again, and I think that's the only reason why I can stand up here in front of you and talk with such emotional confidence. There are three types. There are three types of people who watch cinema. Or three types of people who are involved in cinema. The first type are the creators. We have some great people sitting right here in front of us. People who create music, movies, producers, writers, exhibitors, distributors. That's one big actor. Sorry, let's not forget the actors because they get very offended very easily. The second type is the public, the fans, the people who love movies, love movies. Like me. I'm also an actor, just in case you didn't know. And the third type, people who want to make a quick buck and move on. Right? People who judge their worth in weekends. We are not talking about weekends. We're talking about generations. And keeping that generation and that history alive. So I wanted to introduce you to a man who is a combination of the first two. Creator and fan and lover. I'm a fan too. But what am I doing? Nothing. What does this guy do? He's a creator not only because he makes films, but also he's taken up the unenviable task of restoring films that mean so much to us. Our treasure, our khazana. And the combination of being a lover, otherwise, why would this man do what he does? So I'd like him to stand up right now. Shelly, would you please stand up? I think I'm going to embarrass you the hell out of you. Stand up, Shelly. I think it's very important. Take a bow, brother. Even the music came on cue. Keep standing, brother. Let me embarrass you. Keep standing. I mean, imagine if I don't get to see a movie about children, kitab, ever again. It is scary to know that if I'm going to be living here, if I'm a child all over again, if I'm a child today all over again, I get another 70 years to live, I don't get to see kitab and Justice for All, or Sound of Music, or Akrosh, or any of Mr. Bennigal's films. Ankur we saw the Eros. Can you imagine how cheated we will feel of being deprived of that heritage? Now, I'm going to say one more thing. You've heard of this phrase, saved by the bell. Does anybody know where that phrase originates? People will say, boxing. You were saved by the bell. Oh, he got knocked out, he fell on the floor, and the bell rang, and the bell saved the boxer. Wrong. It's a very, very weird story, and I'd like to share it with you. In the good old days, when, during the wars, when people died, it's a little bizarre story, do bear with me. When people died, they would be buried with a string attached to their toe, and the string would come through the coffin all the way up to a bell, okay? And if that person has not died and decides to wake up late, like many of us, with the exception of Shiv, wake up late, would shake his leg, the bell would ring, they would dig up the earth and bring the man back to life again. We have a treasure chest, a khazana of films, right? And my point is, are we burying them like the dead? This treasure chest needs to be open and let those films breathe and say, I want to live, and ring that bell. And Shri, you saved us by the bell. You really have. Those films that could have been declared dead, forgotten, rotting in some place, even the producers and directors sometimes don't care because they've made their money. The third type, I told you, the guy who wants to make the buck and get the hell out of here. But you ain't one of them, my friend. And the bell is ringing. It's ringing loud. And it's ringing all over the place from the treasure chest of Indian cinema. We don't want to make the treasure chest into a coffin. And you are going to hear those bells. And as Mr. Bachchan said, the work has just begun. And here we are to celebrate your work. We are going to celebrate cinema and the society. And we want to thank you for the rest of our lives, at least for the next 70 years that I'm going to live. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. One more time, stand up, Shri. Take a bow. God bless you. Thank you.
Bhavan, thank you for the wonderful introduction. Your recognition of our work means so much to all of us at Film Writer Foundation. But today is a very emotional day for me, and I want to first welcome my Guru, Jhanjar Sahib. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the opening of the 7th Film Preservation Restoration Workshop, and thank you for all being here. It's really a privilege that Jhanjar Sahib is the chief guest on the 7th one, which is our advanced course. I'm also very thankful to all our guests of honors, Dr. Hamid, who is our chief patron, Mr. Kumar Shani, Kiranji, Umesh Mehraji, Govindji, Kunal, all my friends, fraternity, Sriram, Raghavan I've seen, I haven't seen Anurag there, but Dave is here, and Mona, did I get that name right? And all our friends, and especially our very, very close friends who've always been a great supporter. And of course, how can I forget the Wadia family, the Bimal Roy, all Joy of Rajita ji, Rinki ji, Nasreen friends, and Jennifer. Said Sahib is not here, but Jennifer. Thank you very much for all the support and love, and Atul, Pravesh, everybody who's here. If I'm forgetting names, please forgive me on that. Champions of Heritage Award, which we're giving for the first time to 3 students of the workshop, and we have 3 champions we would like to honor this year. The first champion of the Film Heritage Award is Damit Fonseca, the son of Kamini Fonseca, for his single-minded determination to save Sri Lanka's film heritage. And he enabled the training of a growing army of Sri Lanka's film archivists and has created a movement of film preservation.
कर रहे हैं, ऐसे नहीं तुम्हारे